Hi everyone, I'm Antoine Mikhtarian, and today we are talking about a very special piece of gear that's very near and dear to my heart, the Hotone Ampero. The first time I heard about the Hotone Ampero was when talking to my great friend Demetrio Scopelliti at the Freak Guitar Camp. And Demetrio was very convincing because at the end of that discussion, I ordered an Ampero. At first, I thought of the Ampero as an option for when you are traveling and you need to plug your guitar into just to have a little bit of sound. So very amateur thing and just, to demo things when you are on the road. So I ordered my Ampero having that in mind at first as expectations. Now that I own one and that I've been playing it for the past few months, I can say that the Ampero is that, but much more than that, and it's very high quality. For those of you who don't know, the Hotone Ampero is a small size, very portable floor modeler. It's an all-in-one solution, so it models effects, amps, cabs, everything you would think of, it models it. For electric guitar, acoustic guitar, bass, some are plugging also electric violins too, so a very versatile unit. And the very surprising thing is that, well, it's very affordable, so 400 euros in France and Europe, I think. So I don't know how much it would be in your country, but it's still a pretty affordable thing compared to other floor modelers and other modelers in the market. And it's very high quality, regardless of the price. In case you didn't know, I have a XFX 3, which is a very expensive modeler. And since I got the Ampero, I almost only play through the Ampero. I use the Ampero when I'm practicing guitar, I use the Ampero when I rehearse with my band, I use the Ampero when I play live with my band. We recently played a live stream show a couple of days ago, and I only played through the Ampero straight to the audio interface and then through the internet to have the live stream show. And also, because I play through it all the time, well, it's slowly taking over my recording too. If you've seen my last video, my soundcheck playthrough, well, I'm playing through the Ampero. And of course, the song that you heard at the beginning of this video was recorded only using the Ampero. So for all the guitars and also the bass. And a fun thing is that when I was recording the song for this video, I realized when I was going to record the bass that I didn't have a preset for bass. So I just checked the factory presets and I chose the rock bass preset and it felt great, so I recorded with just the plain and simple factory preset. And I think it sounds great. So most of the factory presets are already usable, but if you want to build like I did for my guitar sound, a custom preset is very easy to use. And if you are afraid, like in other modelers like the Fractal, the Helix, to be lost in tons of options, and I mean, they can all sound great, but in order to have a good sound with the Fractal XFX 3, I had to, have a friend of mine come over. He's a sound engineer and he knows his stuff. And so he basically did all the tweaking and we ended up with a great sound. But for example, for the Helix, I couldn't get a great sound because, you get into these 2 hours of testing things and at the end, you don't even know what sounds good or not. So if you're afraid of that, well, my sound that you heard at the beginning of this video took less than 5 minutes. So as you can see here, here's the main interface of the Hotone Ampero. And so it's a touch screen, as you can see, and you can edit from here if you so desire with all the different blocks. And it's pretty intuitive, but I prefer to use the interface from the computer. So hopefully you can see it here. And so this is my main sound, the sound that I use when I'm playing live, but the sound that I used at the beginning of this video. So as you can see, there's a smart gate to get rid of the noise, and also I have quite a bit of ground noise in this studio. So yeah, these are my settings. Then I have a rectifier style amplifier. These are the settings once again. Then a 4x12 PV style cab, so again, I think these are the stock settings. I didn't play with mic positioning. So this is my rhythm sound, and when I play lead, I just click this control button, which basically turns the delay and reverb on. And so this is the delay that I have, and the settings, and that's the reverb. And so the great thing about the control button is that it turns on so whatever pedals you want, so it turns them on and off, and there's no cuts in the sound. So I'm the only guitar player in my band, so I only turn on reverb and delay. But if you need to, boost your level to cut and be above the rhythm guitar player, then you can have a boost turned on at the same time as the ping pong. And that's all from this, so the control section, and you have control settings, and then you decide what it's turned on and off. So it's very easy to use, and I'm not an engineer, I don't have a PhD, and I created this sound very, very easily. The last thing I wanted to say before showing other sound samples to you guys is that the main reason why the Hotone Ampero has taken over in my playing and, in my daily guitar playing is that it feels great. So, of course, it sounds great and it's very easy to get a great sound, but to me, it sounds and reacts much more like the real thing. I get a better response when playing, I get a better bounce, if you understand what I'm talking about. I mean, it feels more like the real thing when I'm playing. So, because I'm more comfortable when playing, then I want to play more, and everything is just easier when practicing or playing. So that's the main reason I've been using it. I highly encourage you to try it if you want to, feel what I'm talking about. In case you haven't checked out Demetrios Kopeliti's YouTube channel already, well, I highly encourage you to do so, because he's done a live interview with one of the Hotone guys, and so I took the opportunity to ask how it was possible that 400 Hotone Ampero was, to me, feeling better and more like the real thing than a Fractal XFX3. And so it's all about how they model amps and how the Ampero is built. And because he explains it much better than me, well, I highly encourage you to check his answer and that live, and of course Demetrios' channel, because it's full of very interesting information. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just check that out, watch the video until the end, and then move to Demetrios' channel. As promised, I'm going to show you all the sounds that you can do with the Ampero. Usually I only use the preset that I showed you with the rectifier, and when I need a clean sound, I just, do this with my Dunlop volume pedal. But yeah, if you need a clean sound, sometimes I play a little bit of jazz or a little bit of blues, or when I'm practicing, I just feel like I need a clean sound. Well, I have one, and so it sounds like this. So, as you can see, depending on how you attack, it can be a little bit snappier or smoother. So this is basically the sound. I have a Fender style bassman with these settings, a rectifier 4x12, and a reverb with these settings. And then when I use the control button, I have a delay and a little overdrive there to get into fusion solo mode. This is the phone sound that I used during the introduction song at just a bridge point. And this is how I got it, because there's a phone pedal, sort of telephone line pedal, and I think it's super aggressive. I didn't really like it. And so I basically took, my rectifier normal thing and did this EQ. So cut all the lows, cut all the highs, and then just, boost a little bit of 500, 1K. I mean, it's a phone sound, it's just meant to be a little effect. But yeah, if you happen to have the Ampero and you don't like the phone effect, as I didn't, well, this is one that may work for you. Oh, and just in case you were wondering, just like my Strandberg demo, this demo isn't a paid promotion by any means either, so completely unbiased, no bullshit whatsoever. That being said, thank you very, very much for making it till the end of this video. I hope it wasn't too long, I'm not sure. But so yeah, thank you very, very much. Thank you for your support. If you want to support this channel, you can check out the links in the description to buy these beautiful t-shirts here. There's also my band's merchandise, so Micmac merchandise. If you want to hire me for private lessons, you have the email there. If you want to buy my guitar lessons online, the links are in there too. And if you don't want to spend any money, that's completely up to you, there's no problem. You can always support the channel by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, liking the video and sharing it with your friends. This is very important because that way more people get to see the video and I get a little bit of help developing this channel. That being said, I've been Antoine Mikhtarian, you've been the best, and I will see you very, very soon.